what has made you to become such a personality?
When I look back all my years of education, all my years of upbringing, I feel very delighted that the village level of education has given me the best of transformation.
How did you, over the years, journey through this world of education?
I've been always tried to follow my instinct. So what I am today, it is all the contribution of all those teachers.
Being not just an educationalist, you are also a naturalist. What inspired you to become a naturalist?
It's not about a glorious thing. It's basically our primary duty. Because when the nature has been giving us care and protection and life, what way we are treating to the nature is a fundamental question that we all have to understand. Today's use is basically Gen G, Gen Alpha. So the words which you are not aware of 20-30 years before, guys. So it is between you and me and our education system which has to understand that what to follow and what not to follow. The only thing is that we need to learn, we need to accept certain things from them. Take certain people in our life, those you are showing as some kind of path.
Welcome to today's episode of the Youth Series. This is your Aishwarya from Training Challenge here. Here, the Youth Series focuses mainly on the upliftment of various youngsters in this world, and it helps to inspire them and make their dreams come true, and helps them to push forward and move ahead in life. Now, recently we have also heard about the release of the results of grades 10 and 12 students. So on one hand, many students have performed at their best and very well indeed, so congratulations to them. While on the other hand, some of them have scored less than expected marks. This has invited lots of displeasure and despair among students because they think that this is the end because they would have dreamt of a better life, and because of the marks that they have received, they would have felt a bit down in the dumps and despaired. And also, on the other hand, many of the youths today, some of them are unemployed too. So this also creates a sense of failure. So the Youth Series focuses on boosting the self-confidence of students. And today we have we have the honor of interviewing a very distinguished academician and educationalist, and who has journeyed through the world of higher education. So he was the former registrar of Pondicherry University and the former principal of Tagorat's College and Bharatidasan College for Women and Arinyar Anna Government Arts and Science College. And currently he is the director of Kanchima Munivar Center for Postgraduate Studies. And he has been traveling in the world of higher education. So he has met and inspired and influenced millions of students and young professionals and dreamers, we are the dreamers, to navigate the modern world. So he has received the Chief Minister's Award, as you can see here, for the excellence in public administration in the year 2023, as you can see here. And he is also a TEDx speaker, so he has received the certificate for that too. So as you can see, we are interviewing today with a very eminent personality. Now, everyone has the question of who this is. So he is called as the Green Man of Pondicherry, and also the Corona Warrior for his eminent dashing activities during the COVID-19 period. So today we are inviting and join me in inviting the interviewee for today is Professor Sasikant Dosh. It is very clear that you are an eminent personality, a very inspiring educationalist. So what has made you to become such a personality and to occupy this amazing higher position? So what do you think is the inspiration for your work and everything? Please.
So, dear Aishwarya, thank you so much to having me, invite me to your
Yes, it's my pleasure.
show, the Youth Series. The moment you have said youth series, that speaks that youth are the leaders. And when you're creating something for them, that speaks that how original you are. So first of all, my congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
Just for the audience, want to tell you, she's just completed her 12th class. And after completing this 12th class, she is taking the interview of me. So I'm feeling glad, but more than that, I'm really honored that the confidence that you have shown at this point of time. Thank you so much for having me here. Now, coming to this point of educational, how I have come to this place. See, for my success, I will say that this education has made me successful today. I had a humble beginning from a native of Odisha and born and brought up in a rural place. And when I look back all my years of education, all my years of upbringing, I feel very delighted that the village level of education has given me the best of transformation. Of course, education from a rural place to urban place, starting from a village, then a small, city, then moving to metropolitan city like Hyderabad. So I had different places, the flavor of different places. So school level, it was, village. College level, it was a mediocre city. And university level, it was a metropolitan city. So my mixture of everything has shaped me to come to this place. But more than that, how I have come to become a director of this educational institution, it's basically hard work. It's basically determination. It's basically your mindset. And more than anything, a disciplined life. So when I laid all these kind of things in my life, so finally I've ended up into this place.
So that's truly inspiring message. Thank you, sir. So, of course, when we are hearing about your inspiring work, it inspires me to ask you about your style of work, sir. Like, what is your style of work? How do you exactly inspire students, and how do you think that others should work? So, what is your style of work, sir?
Oh, this question I never thought. Even I've never questioned to myself. But then the style of work has to be very simple. It has to be transparency, trust, belief. And when I work for my students, I always see that if I am the student, what would have been my expectations from my administration, from my principal, from my teacher? So when I look on that way, then I see, yes, that way only I have to work. When I look for the, teacher's perspective, suppose I'm a teacher, then what is my expectation from my administration, like for principal or like that? So that way I act. So basically, when you say style of working, the style of working is nothing. It's simply and simply that you need to develop a kind of smile, kind of confidence, and most importantly, empathy and sympathy to your people. If you have developed that thing, then that becomes your style. And I personally feel that I never thought that, yes, I will make it as my style. I always felt that, yes, how I can deliver. I always thought that let me not develop any kind of, aspects. I always did thought to myself that let me work only. And when you work without having any ill thoughts, then after a few years, that becomes your style. Of course. Right? The style of yours is different from my style. So how this style has come to you? You have practiced it over a period of time. And I have practiced in my period of time that yes, when I'm looking into file work, I should be unbiased manner. I should work. I should feel that because of my one signature should not affect the life of others. I have to see that, yes, I have to follow the government rules and regulations. At the same time, I also devised that what best I can do so that the best from the other side also come in. So that becomes a style. Yes. Thank you so much.
It was very, you said it was simple, but it was simply amazing, sir. Your style of work. It's true and honest and down to earth, which is the best way to connect to people. So truly
Yes.
inspiring.
Thank you.
You have told about your style of work, and you have said about how it inspired you to come to this position. So could you please elaborate more on your truly inspiring educational journey, sir? Like how did you over the years journey through this world of education. I would like to know more about that, and so would the audience.
Thank you. To be very frank to you and to everyone, I was never been a good student in terms of academics, scoring marks. I've been always tried to follow my instinct. When you talk of the education, my teachers has taught us, or taught me specifically, taught all of us, so I'm part of into that, that be truthful to yourself. So when I thought of education, of course, as I said in the earlier stage, that I had my schooling in a village level. Then, since I'm from Odisha, from a rural place, hardly a population of 200. Then I came to Bhubaneswar, the capital city of Odisha. Then I had my, graduation there. Then for my post graduation, I came to University of Hyderabad, which is a nationally accredited university, one of the topmost universities of this country. And when I see the education in all these places, I could feel that yes, what I'm today, it is all the contribution of all those teachers. So in this platform, I just want to say that what I'm today, it's not that I'm something special. The teachers' contribution has made me special. So if I want to remember those people, this is the apt platform to share my gratitude to all my teachers today. And when you say that, yes, I'm successful, it is not that I'm successful. You people have accepted me as successful. But when I think myself as a successful person, the deliverance, if I've delivered and you have accepted that, that becomes successful. And this I have learned only out of the education. There are two ways. One way is basically learning the education. Through education, you can be a very good, excellent person. You can earn a lot of amount of money. That is also success because your dream, suppose somebody's dream is to earn money through education and somebody else's dream is to serve the society again through education. So I have chosen the second path, that yes, how my education can be helpful for the upliftment of the society. And that is where I have tried my level best. And of course, people, those are earning money also. I will not say that they are not successful. They are also very successful, but the dream was different. And my dream was to serve the society. And that is how my journey has been so glorious to myself. And I feel lucky and I feel myself successful in that way.
Yes, sir. Couldn't have been said
Thank
better.
you.
Your educational journey is actually very inspiring, sir. Like when we look at how you think that the way in which a person's dreams also differ and how everyone chooses different paths, that truly I think reaches to the audience to make them feel about what really success means. Thank you, sir. Thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
So, sir, now of course, being not just an educationalist, you are also a naturalist, which is which is the need of the hour because at the rate that our world is growing, we need more naturalists like you, sir, to really inspire students to. So, what inspired you to become a naturalist and take up such amazing activities and such amazing journeys you have gone through them? Because as we can see, you have done a program on this, the one plant, one promise, and each one plant one. So these are all just amazing opportunities that you have given to students to take up uh, a hand in saving the planet. And so how would you say, sir, like what inspired you to become a naturalist? And please to talk about your naturalistic journeys.
Thank you so much. In fact, I was just waiting for this question only. Because if you can see my smile, it's only because you talked of the nature, right? Whenever somebody questions or somebody talks of nature, automatically the smile comes in because I am the byproduct of this nature. Who am I? Whatever I am today, it's because of the contribution of the nature. Whatever, wherever it is, whether the water I'm drinking, the food I'm having, the shelter I'm having, or the oxygen that I'm taking for my life, from where it is coming from. All this from this nature. And just imagine what you and me or anyone in this world without this earth. It's a very, very difficult to think of. And when I say it's not about a glorious thing, it's basically our primary duty. Because when the nature has been giving us care and protection and life, what way we are treating to the nature is a fundamental question that we all have to understand. And when we're talking of 21st century, I personally feel, and everyone also accept this fact, that world is burning. And this burning is not happening all of a sudden. It's not happened all of a sudden. It has been happening for the last 30, 40, 50 years, and nobody thought on that line. And you and me, or whoever the people around, we are sitting in a wonderful place. The moment you go out, you understand that how horrible it is. And the nature is just burning. And whether nature is burning or we made this nature to burn, the fundamental question we have to understand that it is not that climate change. We made the climate to change. So how is it possible that the nature has been always been blessing on you and me and to all of us? But the way we have treated this nature is horrible. So I will not say this is the apt time, but I will say this is the emergency time, because the apt time has gone some 20, 30 years before. This is an emergent time that if you don't wake up to these demands, needs, then the next civilization, it will be a very difficult one to survive. So that is in how did I get this inspiration? See, a student or a child who is born and brought up in a village has been attached to this ground, attached to this earth. Today's world, how many children have seen a soil, sand, they've not been aware of it. All the kinds of diseases are happening because we doesn't know what is natural light and what is artificial light. We are keeping our children only in the restricted to the homes itself. And if a child is getting touch with a sand or soil, something like that, the mothers or parents, they are objecting, no, you will get this thing, that thing, cold, cough, all those things. But how the animals are living in the jungles and all, because they could differentiate between day and night. But living inside the home, we are unable to differentiate. So my point is understand that from the village level, I have been grounded. I have seen my rivers. I have seen my jungle. I have seen the trees. I have seen the birds. I have seen my, grandparents working in the field. I have seen my neighbors playing on the ground. And that has been the biggest inspiration, that if at all I can see that, yes, I need to go back to my village because it has been developed. It has been contributed and part and parcel of my life. The rivers flowing is completely dried up. The jungles that was at one point of time has completely dried up. And what we see right now, we just see a burning sensation all around. And we feel that we can only get an answer with ACs without knowing that again with this means we are increasing the temperature. So I personally feel that this is our fundamental duty. Should not be a passion, it should not be a profession, it should be passion. Every children, every youth of this country, whoever is listening to us or who is going to listen to us, the primary task is safeguarding our life. And that life will be safeguarded if the nature is safeguarded. So I personally feel that, yes, I'm obsessed with nature's contribution, because whatever I have taken from this earth, I should not be a liability on this earth. I should be an asset on this earth. So therefore, whatever I have taken, I should return it back. See, when a child, you say that the parents are taking care of you. A time will come when your parents may need also. Even then they doesn't need also, it is your duty to pay back something with a love, affection and care. So like that, when the nature has brought me to this level, it is my duty, my love. It is not about responsibility alone. It is my fundamental emotions that I should pay it back. And that's how I have been involved into this plantation drive. It is not right now. For the last 27 years, I'm into this work and planted in various parts, almost 56,000 trees I planted in this country. And my feeling through you, through this channel, to every one of you, want to request that take this message of, each one, teach one, plant one. So therefore, we can have a vibrant society, vibrant, life in the days to come. Thank you so much.
So you are really the example of be the change you want to see in the world. That I can truly see, sir, because the level of conviction and the level of emotions that you put into your words to describe how much you love to encourage people to come more into this plantation life is truly commendable, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So, sir, as the youth of today, they are into various fields, and so what would be your message with regarding to nature? And because they are involved in various fields, so what would be your message to the youth regarding nature?
Yes. See, today's youth are basically full of vibration, full of energy, full of exposure, full of knowledge, full of experiences. What used to take us for years together, you can get it in no time. Today's youth is basically Gen Z, Gen Alpha. So the words which you are not aware of 20, 30 years before. So see the changes. So when I say country like India, we have almost 40% of our youth. 40% of the population belongs to this youth category. And they are the best people to take up this message, because if they have realized, they have understood that what is required for our survival, for our nature's prosperity, and for our livelihood. They are doing very good in medical, engineering, social work, all those things, and they have got the capability. What I can say that when you are doing so many things with so much of passion, devote at least one day, 1 hour for the nature itself. Plant somewhere. If you have planted, just water it, because the moment you have been attached with a plant, you will get a different type of pleasure, and that I cannot express through words itself. When you got attached with your pets, when you got attached with some of the things, some people get attached with mobiles, getting addicted to mobiles. Why? Because the mobile is providing all kinds of benefits or whatever the needs. Like that, a time will come, if you spend some time with this plantation, spend some time with this nature, you may get addicted. And the moment you get addicted, it is only the benefit side. There is no side effects of this. So my request to all the youth is that do whatever you want to do. Because at this age, in this age, if you're not experimenting with number of ideas, number of activities, then at the end of the day, you will question what I did in my time. I could not experiment. And when you start experimenting, then something new will come. But in that also, you should spend little bit of time towards these environmental issues. Then only you can do. Just imagine Columbus, he wanted to go somewhere, he has read somewhere. So what is that? You can discover, you may think of, but ultimately what makes a difference is that spend some time with this nature. And after that, I'm sure, to you I'm saying, and to all the audience I'm saying, I talk with the trees. And whenever I go to a tree, whenever I go to a plant, I can feel this sensation. I can see that, yes, they are so happy or unhappy. It is not that scientifically. It is, I can feel it. And trust me, the stress level of yours will go off the moment you go to a nature. Why? We all know that whenever we go to mother, all our worries goes off. So when mother is important to you and to all of us, like that mother earth is important to all of us. So the moment you spend little bit of time with mother earth, then all your anxiety will go off, all your stress level will go off. Maybe initially it will find it little bit difficulty, but find some time. You might not feel so much of happy, but take it as a kind of punishment initially. And who knows that after a few days, whenever we do some kind of exercise in the initial days, we find it very tough getting morning early. But the day you realize the importance of these morning exercises, it becomes so much a blessing. Like that, the result for your examination, just imagine that how many sleepless nights you must have had. But when the results comes in, how much happy you get it. So like that, I just feel that it's a kind of medicine. You should feel like that I'm taking this medicine for my life cycle. So I request all of you through this that to spend some time with the nature. Thank you.
Yes, so it's nice to say that you have said that instead of being obsessed with so many other stuff in this world, that should be obsessed with nature itself, to have an addiction with nature itself. So it couldn't have been said better than that. So thank you so much for your insightful view into that part.
Thank you. Thank you.
Speaking of which, you have said, I mean, we just talked about how addiction towards nature is so much better and such. So, speaking of which, sir, as we all know, this world right now we are facing, especially the youth, is now like under uh, millions of distractions. They have so many distractions around them. They are continuously surrounded by distractions, and youth are facing lots of problems because of those distractions. So, what would be your insight into how they could overcome these distractions, or regarding these distractions? What would be your instructions? So,
I will not say thank you for this question because this is such a difficult question to answer with. Rather, I will say that tell me one of the person who has not gone through any kind of distraction in his or her life. When success is yours, failure is also yours, right? So distraction is bound to happen when you are giving too much of importance to something. It might happen. But that distraction is for what reason? Maybe it's technological distraction, maybe it is something in a personal distraction, or maybe something like that. I had also during our childhood or college life, we'll be seeing the book. We'll be just seeing the book. But reading was not there. That point of time, our parents used to see that, yes, we are reading it. But whether we have been really reading. So what kind of distraction we had during those times? During those times, there was no mobile phones, but we had a distraction. So distraction, we have to understand the part and parcel of life. But to what extent? So that is where a parent, teacher, your neighbor, society, everyone has to play a role. If a person is getting distracted, is not the only person is to be answered. Person is only responsible. As a society, it has been a failure. So whenever somebody sees that some kind of distraction or person is moving beyond a level, as a societal manner, we have to come forward for the rescue. What is happening in today, you just see a person has met with an accident, hundreds of people will be gathered around, all will be taking out their mobiles to click the pictures for their reel, for their video. How many of them come forward to help them? But there are also countries, of course, I will not say that it's only in India this is happening. This must be happening in other countries also. But what my point is that why this cannot happen, that majority of the people will rescue to that person rather than taking videos. So this is somewhere our obsession. This is also a distraction of the society. Because we give too much of importance to unnecessary things. We have to differentiate between a real and real. And what we are believing to the real life, not the real life. To whom we are advertising? We are advertising certain people, those are the, I will not name them. They are, advertising. Just for example, some people advertise cigarettes. Some people advertise drinks. Some people advertise various other kinds. Do they take them in their real life? No. They only advertise. It is between you and me and our education system, which has to understand that what to follow and what not to follow. And of course, whenever somebody is getting distracted, it is our education which has to make them understand, make them realize that what you are doing, what you are following is just a real life. So you have to think of that, yes, I need to be in a real life. Smiling should not be real. Yes. Smiling should be real. Yes. And the other person also knows that whether it's a real smile or real smile. You just see in reels, people smile, people act, but what happens? Are they really smiling their life? No. So what is the remedy then? The remedy is we have to introspect. We have to understand. Today, when I think of that, why I was not studying that time, Maybe over a period of time, certain distractions will go off. I'm just telling to all the youth, there is a liking, there is a love, there is a affection, there is a disaffection, all those things, right? So what is important when somebody is distracted, let them, you allow them as a parent. Don't be that so much of stopping, because if you're stopping them right now, they will do major crimes afterwards. Allow them to commit certain mistakes, then only they're going to learn. The moment you are saying that a student has been completely distracted, no one has been distracted to that extent. Sometimes I feel that that's a distraction, therefore the whole society or the others also accept that's a distraction. Maybe who knows that out of that distraction only somebody is going to learn so many things. If you'll allow the child that yes, you are allowed to commit mistakes, but try to learn out of those mistakes. Many of the lives can be saved, and many of them will be the greatest inventors, greatest, scientists, or greatest academicians, greatest political leaders. We decide only that. We, the parents or teachers, won't decide what to do and what not to do. Sometimes allow them what are the things not to be done. Let them learn. You as a parent, you as a teacher, you as a guardian should understand, should control their behavior. And of course, there are so many psychologists there are so many counselors are there in schools and colleges, those things are there. But to my understanding, I just want to tell all the youth or children, do something, but don't cross the limit. Thank you so much.
So you have offered a very balanced view in this topic with regard to distractions. While most people have a very one-sided view, or they give a very as you said, real like um, view. So this is a very balanced and real view that you have given on distractions. A very balanced view. So thank you so much for your answer. So, sir, as here, it's a world full of technology and artificial intelligence, and it's a fast-paced world. And also, students are more focused on scores, and as we were talking before, on becoming successful through money, and they have their own paths. But what would you say that is important? Like, what are the qualities that the youth of today should cultivate in themselves? So, what do you think about that?
You raised a very fundamental question. Youth of today. See, whether this youth of today, students of today, or students of 20 years before, or students of 40 years before, or students of, time immemorial. Students are students. In ancient time or early times, the students has to go through a different pathway, discipline, dedication, working hard. When it is the medium period or the later stages also, they have to go in the same cycle. In the modern days also, students have to go in the similar passion, a similar fashion also. When I'm talking of 21st century, this is, as we all know, that it's a Gen Z, right? People think that in Gen Z, the students' definition has changed. There is no definition change. Whether you are in Gen Z or Alpha or whatever, Beta, whatever it is, you have to go through the same process of hard working, dedication, commitment, and using your time in a professional manner. Liking yourself, liking this subject, following it properly, then only you can make a difference. And of course, it's a knowledge-oriented society. You have much more options. Like you just said that AI-related age. So in the AI-related age, when you're talking, too much of options are there, too much of complications are also there. But what you are supposed to do it? See, I just feel like this 21st century has opened up quite a bigger vista of yourself. Up to 19th, 20th century, the limitations were there in education. People are talking of, okay, we'll go in advocate. We'll go when the 20th century is, early fast, later stage of 20th century and early part of 21st century. People are thinking, okay, I want to go for medical or engineering. Those were the two options people are looking forward. Those are the two options where the parents and the teachers or the communities are obsessed with. But 21st century has opened quite a different way of life. Tell me one profession where you cannot be successful right now. And when we're talking of this AI digital era, just imagine a student who is a good in speaking, can be very good as an orator, and can start speaking of stories to the children. A student who is, or a children or the youth, whoever is good in going to different parts of this world, they can have a travel blogs. Person, those who are going to different parts of the world and experiencing it, they can write their own ways. Just imagine whether today in 21st century, whether you are opening a salon or you are opening a digital media camera or whatever it is, you have the option to become successful. Don't narrow down your opportunities right now. When you're talking of 21st century, in fact, opens of your vista, opens and gives you much more opportunities. The only thing is that you have to develop your skill. So once the skill has been there, then 21st century is the best time. But again, 22nd century will be there. Again, some other things will. So we have to, irrespective of all those things, I personally feel that yes, this is the best age for your innovations. Go ahead and do it.
Thank you so much for that wonderful answer, sir. It was like, I think that really reached to the audience because it was really, it really got to me personally about how not only like scores are important, but also having those values of dedication, they're also important. And you also opened up this view of how more opportunistic that this world is, especially in this age. So thank you so much for that wonderful answer, sir. It was eye-opening.
Thank you.
And as we were talking before, uh, results have been released, and lots of students are like really feeling down because of whatever marks they've got. And we also, I was also talking about how like the youth, some of the youth of today are facing unemployment, and lots of issues are going on with the youth of today. So they are facing failures, and they're feeling really down and sad, and they're having this overall sense of despair. Lots of negativity are also there. So what would you prescribe them as overcoming these failures and obstacles, and to overcome this impasse like situations?
What I say, it's a very, question pertinent not only to this era. When I was also a student, I also had the same kind of question mark in my life. After my education, what next? Unemployment was also a problem in 1990s. It's also after 30 years also there's a problem. So where the problem is happening, that is successful, unsuccessful. The characterization of successful and unsuccessful is basically wrong. The moment a student secures 75% marks in 10th class or 12th class, the parents, the teachers, or the friends, they put pressure, saying that you have secured only 75%. But whether we have tried to understand that out of 175% of marks you have secured, why are you giving importance to the remaining 25 and ignoring the 75? So the point over here is that there was a question paper which has been set, and that question paper is not everything in your life. The question paper cannot define your success and failure, because one examination cannot make you successful throughout the world, or one failure also may not, will not be the failure throughout the life. Just like we say, one failure is not the last one, or one success is not the last one. Whether one failure is not the fatal, and one success is not the final. Say, for example, Sachin Tendulkar, the greatest cricketer. Every match he had to perform. One match he has scored with 100 runs. The next match he has to start with 0. So like that, in our level also, the students of today's, we have to understand. Say, for example, Dhoni also, because Sachin Tendulkar, Dhoni, they're all big, cricketers. They are the life examples for all of us. So today's youth, today's students should also understand that yes, in 10th class, 12th class, my marks are less, but that is not the end of your journey. That is just a stop. That's what I say, that when your final result you have not achieved, you have to consider that is the beginning of your game. Once a student has secured less marks in the examination, I personally feel that the student should be allowed to relax for some time and say that you have done very well. May not be up to the expectations of others, but are you happy with your performance? If you are happy, then we should all feel happy. If you are unhappy, then there is always a next match waiting for you. That is how the students can think of. Because do you think that only a 90% secured person as 99% secured person becomes successful and happy in life? What about all those students, those who could not secure 99%, 90%, they're all unhappy, unsuccessful in this world? They are also successful in their own ways, provided they realized that yes, where they missed out. Every student has to understand that what is my strength and what is my weakness. So student has to understand that yes, I am not deserving to 90%, but with 70% marks, I can go a different line and do successful for editing, for reporting, for media, for journalism, for advertising. Tell me the options that are there having. All the students in this country are not to be the doctors and the engineers. Beyond that, we are completely blind towards the doctors and engineers. But I just want to tell you, the society, when you have 5 fingers, all the fingers are not the same. But when it becomes together, it becomes a good fist and good strength. Like that, society involves everyone. Farmer is required. Technician is required, doctor is required, engineer is required, everyone is required. Just imagine in the society who doesn't have a good driver, a good pilot, a good agriculturist, a good farmer, can you able to survive? So we have to understand that this is my forte. So to all the students, those who did not, secure good marks, I want to tell, this is just your beginning. Forget the rest of the world, what they are talking about you, defining you. You can define only yourself. Because nobody except than you understands your strength. You are not here to make others evaluate you. Only you can evaluate your life. And this is the time to enjoy your life, understand your life, and move ahead. I personally feel that I have gone through all that processes. And when your first question you have said, sir, what is your journey dream? I said, my dream is not to occupy a chair, not to become a successful. My journey is to live in that moment. And when you are living in that moment, doing something good, positive, thought process, mindset, and when you have started doing everything, then your journey becomes a successful one. Who knows that you will be the greatest personality in this world after 20 years? You see the greatest examples of this world. The greatest examples, be it Swami Vivekanand or be it anybody in this world, Buddha, Lord Mahavira. For example, Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji. Have we seen the failures that they have seen in their life? Just imagine if you see their life, then I feel that our life is much, much better than those lives. We only see the successful people. Behind this success, what has all happened, we don't know. So all the youth, all the students, they have to understand that success is not the defining thing in your life. Keep on working, keep on moving, keep on giving your best. You will be recognized in the society. That's my message to you and to all the viewers.
Extremely inspiring, sir. It was like on point, and it really showed how everyone is interconnected in some way, and everyone's um everyone's everyone is needed in this
Yes.
society, and they're
Yes.
all like working together. And
Absolutely.
you perfectly described everything. It was really nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Sir, after all of this, I feel that I definitely have to ask, who do you think is your guru, or like who do you take up as an inspiration, as a guru? And I would like to know about that. And what is your message to the youth of today, sir? what is your life lesson to all the youngsters of today's fast-paced world? I would like to know about it.
For this answer, I see, right now, you are my guru because I'm learning a lot many things from you. Whoever the person shows you some kind of light to you in your journey becomes your guru. So every one of us have our gurus in our life. For me, my first guru is my mother. The next guru is the teachers, those who have been taught me. But when I say mother, the father's roles I cannot ignore. He is also my guru. My brothers and sisters, they are also my gurus. My family members, they are also my gurus. Who is not a guru? Everyone in society has capable enough to give you some kind of lesson, provided those lessons has been helpful to you to come up to this level. They will become your gurus. I have accepted that nature is also my guru. I have accepted my students are also sometimes giving me enlightenment that how an administrator should be towards the students. So sometimes they are also my gurus. So we have to see that there is no fundamental one aspect I cannot define in my life that only this person is responsible for today. Because for me, I learn from the plants. I learn from my society. I learn from my students. I learn from my teachers. I learn from people like all of you. And I also learn when I move around in the streets. I also learn by looking at them. Whenever I see somebody is unhappy in the streets, I said, why this person is unhappy? What must have happened to him that he's unhappy? So that time, I also bring a kind of sorrowness inside. And I also feel that why this person could not get a good guru, that when in difficult times also he should start showing some kind of smile. Because if you are smiling, that means it's a kind of encouragement. And today I must be having so many failures in my life. But I never felt that I have been little bit stressed. I felt that those failures are also my gurus, life learning lessons of my life. But ideologically, if you ask me who is your guru, then here you and me are sitting. The guru is Swami Vivekananda to me because he is the youth's guru, the person who has shown to the world what a youth can do in this country or in this world. So I personally speaking, yes, there are biological gurus and there are also natural gurus and there are also teachers in the schools and colleges. They are also gurus and there are societies also you can guru. The only thing is that we need to learn, we need to accept certain things from them. So that way my guru definition. And in this platform, all of you, to you and all the viewers, take certain people in your life, those you are showing as some kind of path, so that you can reach to your goal. Because what is important, it is not about the goal, but the path, the journey. So whoever person has helped you in achieving that target, they are all your gurus. So look forward for those people. And here I also want to caution you. A person who gives you, troubles you, demotivates you, criticizes you. Criticize is also one way good. But a person who demotivates you, you should be well aware of those people. They cannot be your gurus because they are not helping you to reach to your destination. So this is my thought process on the gurus and sishya. And for every one of us, there has to be someone to show you pathway. And for me, there are so many people in different stages. So I'm grateful to all of them. Thank you. And last but not the least, the message to the youth. What I've been talking all this, whatever the points you could take it out of that, it's my message. Because rather, one message is not important. Let me tell you, all of you viewers, the message from my side to all of you, identify your strength and identify your also weakness. Strengthen your strength and weaken your weakness. That is my message to all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that wonderful message, sir. It was on point and really perfectly said. Thank you.
Thank you so much, dear viewers. This is my last request to all of you. Be grateful of what you are. all the time show a little bit of empathy, sympathy to your fellow beings, respect your parents, idolize your gurus, and whatever profession you are following it up, do it with a lot of discipline and dedication. Accept failures as a part in your life, and most importantly, when you are doing all those things, never feel depressed. Never feel that you are all alone in this world. Whenever you are doing, you have got some disturbances, you can seek advices from your parents, you can seek advices from your friends, you can seek advice from other people also, but speak it out. Because today when you are seeing that failure, many people are committing suicides, they are taking some drastic action. The one failure is not everything in your life. There are every day gets over, next day there's a morning, again new things are coming up. So you just accept that failure is just a part of life. And most importantly, to my humble request to every one of you, please take care of this nature. Each one, teach one, plant one. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So that's it for today's. We have come to the end of today's episode of the youth series, and I must say the whole interview, it was such a wonderful experience. And I really felt impressed, and I'm sure everyone else here felt really impressed, and it was such a wonderful experience for me.
Thank you.
So going on forth, I would also like to say that please do take all the values that you've heard in this episode, and I hope it really reached your souls. So I'd like to say that as we were talking about Swami Vivekananda, arise, awake, and stop not until the goal is reached. So go forth and conquer the world. Godspeed. Thank you.